hey. Oh, thought I would just jump on here and do kind of an update live, seeing as how this is the last week for the laborers. We'll just wait for a couple of people. Oh. Hey, hey, hey. Guess we could start off with a look at the mountain, which you can't really see because it's super foggy. You can kind of see the coconut trees through the fog. Alona's not here. She has to work again today. She has this PSA contract was a big one. So it was like 5 barangays and over the course of 3 months. She's on the last barangay now, so she'll be there about a week. But we're going to Dipolog on Saturday, so pretty much all of next week she'll be at that barangay. So she's over there getting ready. It won't be too much longer and we'll be living in here. We got to get these floor tiles done and then have Badon come and install the doors. I've got all the hinges and the 2 doorknobs for the exterior doors. Oh my god, yeah. This is all the hinges. So each exterior door and our bedroom door, since they're larger, and they are solid mahogany, so they're a bit heavy. So I got the big 4-inch heavy duty hinges, and the 3 bigger doors will get 4 hinges, and then the other doors will get 3. What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm doing live. I always have to start my day just a little bit slower, so I come over here about 30 minutes before the workers usually and just kind of walk around and look at everything and formulate a plan for the day. So I guess I could give you guys a little peek around. The floor tile is coming along. Started down the hallway. The feet on the stove, they only adjust up about that far, so I'm thinking I may have to put some sort of a platform or blocks or something underneath the stove to raise it up a little bit more. Yeah, no, I'm not changing the paint. I like the way it looks. It's just not exactly the same as what the paint on the bucket lid shows. Yeah, I like the tile. A lot of people here in the Philippines use glazed tiles, or like the real, glassy, slippery ones, but we had those in the place we rented in Dipolog, and I was wearing socks one time, and the socks got a little damp from the bathroom floor, and I stepped onto that tile and did splits, and for a 300-pound guy, doing the splits is not fun. So this tile doesn't have any glazing at all, so it's got a little bit, just a slight texture to it. It still feels smooth, but you can tell it's kind of, you know, porous or whatever. Which hopefully the kids don't spill any like colored drinks on it or whatever, because I'm guessing it would suck it in. But I've got some sealer. I guess I could seal it, but I'd have to get more. I don't have enough. Mm, as far as the house looking upscale for the price, I mean, it's that basically just comes down to the fact that your money goes a little further here. As far as like how high end I could have went, like this is basic, or kind of like the bare bones like starting place that you would start at building a house in the Philippines, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, you could always go way less than this and just do like a flat like concrete board ceiling like and stuff like that. But I mean, it really doesn't cost any more to do a ceiling like this. It's like the same price. So I just don't know why you wouldn't. Just tile where the stove is. Yeah, I'm gonna tile where the stove is going. Yeah, underneath all the cabinets and everything gets tiled. But even with the tile, the stove still sits, you know, down pretty far like that, and the legs only adjust out about that much, so the top of the stove is still going to be just shy of the top. So which poor worker you get to cut the paint in the ceiling? That's Bernie. Bernie was cutting in the ceiling. But I mean, that's just because I just had him doing it. It's not. I mean, I can get the ladder and do it myself, but and I probably will do a lot of that kind of stuff when the workers aren't here anymore and we're like moving in here. I'll pay more attention to finishing the details, but seeing glazed tiles outdoor, they do it. They do it all the time, and I just don't get it. I just don't feel comfortable because like her 89-year-old grandma comes and visits and stuff like that all the time. Her uncle is like 60 years old. Her mom is like 60. So I don't want a bunch of the elderly people walking around on slippery ass tiles because I would even though it's not like, you know, they're not going to sue me if they fall or whatever. At the same time, I would just feel guilty. Like I don't I would just rather, and even for myself, I mean, I'll live here when I'm older, so I just, you know, I'd rather not have a slippery floor. They even do the glazed tiles in the bathrooms, like where they get wet, and I just, man, I don't get it. Like over there at that house over there, whoop, at Alona's mom's house, in their CR, they have glazed tiles for the floor. And so what they do is they take old t-shirts and stuff and lay on the floor and just let them get wet. But then they walk on the t-shirts. And I'm like, why didn't they just choose a different tile? I don't know. I don't get it. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I and like I said, I think June is not probably the fastest tiler in the country. I mean, he's probably about average, and he's doing 30 to 32 in a workday. And that's with the setup time, setup and mixing and all that stuff. And he's the only one laying the tile. And then there's one guy that's helping him like mix all this stuff, doing the prep work basically. So, I mean, like I said in the video, I've seen other foreigner builds where they're laying like 12 floor tiles in a whole day. And I'm just like, that doesn't seem right. Because even if I was to do it myself, I could do more than 12 in a day, and I'm a fat guy. So I don't understand why they would only do 12. But now I will say Jun is taking a lot of care to make sure the tiles are perfect. He takes a 10 peso coin and slides them across the grout joints and make sure that all the tiles are perfectly level. And I'm walking on them barefoot right now, and I can't even hardly feel the grout lines, and they're not even filled yet. They're not grouted. Yeah, it's about 14,000 pesos to do this whole house. I mean, it's basically 60 pesos per tile. So about $1 per tile to have them installed. But now I will remind you guys, I'm in a cheaper area. So the national average for the Philippines for daily labor work is 500 pesos per day. Here where I'm at, it's 350 pesos per day. I already saw that message. I don't care if you retracted it. I already saw it. It would probably be more than 3,000 because when I used to build tile showers, to build a tile shower was anywhere from like the most standard basic one 5,500 up to we did one for $23,000 just for the shower. The average like kind of fancy custom tile shower was in the $7,000 range. So it would be way over 3,000. If I was still a contractor and somebody asked me to tile this, I would say about 5,500. No, I haven't finished the water to the house yet. I went yesterday and got the pieces. So today, before it starts raining, hopefully, I'll go out there and I have to take the old fittings and stuff off the pump that's down there, and I'll take it out there and hook it up to the well. I'm not going to hook up the pressure tank yet, but I'm going to hook it up to that black pipe so they can fill the barrel. Was it cheaper to pay per tile than paying per day? Yes. So they call it's very popular here to pay for the job instead of per day. So they call it Pacquiao. So you can either pay per day or you can pay Pacquiao, which is by the job or by the piece. And then that way, whether it takes them 6 days or 12 days, they get paid the same amount. So it incentivizes them to get done faster, because no matter how long it takes them, they're only making a certain amount. Watching the old video. What do you mean by old videos? I have some videos that are like 13 years old. Yeah, I'll give the cost when I move in and I have time to sit. I just, you, I don't know if it comes across in the videos or not, but I have got a lot going on, and I've got a lot from a bunch of different directions happening all at the same time. And then add to that making the videos and editing and uploading and trying to make sure there's electricity always for uploading and babysitting it at nighttime and stuff like that. I really don't have much time to do much of anything, so, or at least I don't feel like I have time. So once we get settled in here, I'll go through all of the costs and everything. I mean, there's a box of receipts. But I can tell you, just as like a little nugget, to ease your hunger. The original budget was 1.35, and so that's like maybe 23 or 24,000 US dollars. And the engineer made a whole bunch of mistakes in the plans, and so I think, now I'm not sure because I haven't added it up, so don't take it as gospel, but I think I'm right at the 30,000, maybe 31, so somewhere around 30,000 mark, which still is not bad for what we've got here. But labor and grocery, be living like king. Not really, because your wages would be a lot lower. No matter what you do, if you live in a civilized Western country, it's always going to be tough to make it. I mean, whether it's perception or reality, Americans will always feel like they're barely hanging on. I mean, they felt like that in the 40s and the 50s. We're just barely making it. Me and Mama just barely making it. Now, they were saying that on one income, which says something, but, 60s, 70s, oh, man, we're barely making it. 80s, 90s, oh my God, we're just barely hanging on. I mean, it's always going to be that perception. Badass Tyler. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy with him so far. Keep the shotgun. I don't have a shotgun. That's one thing I'd like to look into when we go to Dipolog, is getting her a firearms permit. I've been told by the police here it's really not that hard. You just go to a gun store and they help you fill out the paperwork. But I mean, honestly, like, I might do another one of those. Regular guy. Yeah. He mentioned my name. Scotty Boy. Yeah, I'm from Dipolog, but it's cheap here in the Philippines. Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I'm thinking about doing another like budget type video, because as I'm learning from being here for 4 or 5 months, however long I've been here, maybe 6 months. Everyone's like budget videos are way off, like as far as what's possible, because all the YouTubers that live in like Dumaguete and wherever, just insert city name here, they all say, man, there's some foreigners can live on $800 a month or $700 a month, but I just don't see how they do it, and that's not living any kind of life or whatever. I'm telling you what, if you come to an area like this, you can make it on $400 a month without much of a problem, and that's with Starlink. $400 a month. Now, you're not going to be going to a bunch of resorts and stuff like that, but is the house in your name? Well, there's no such thing as like a title or a deed for a house. The land that it's built on is in Alona's name on the deed, on the title. However, I have a 50-year lease. So I have full control of the property and everything on it for the next 50 years, which will cover until I die. I mean, I did construction labor for a long time until I just got tired of it and said, you know what? I'm gathering up my tools, throwing them in the car, and I'm just going to start doing it for myself. And I guarantee you, if you go out on your own and at least get a few jobs and do a good job, you'll never work for anybody else again. Always be what the market will bear. That's why minimum wage will never be enough. Yeah. Yep. It's a age-old problem. How is it when the typhoons hit? I have no idea. We don't get typhoons here. We're in the mountains. So they don't affect me at all. We might get a little extra rain for a couple of days, but no, not bad. International Day of the Girl. I don't even know what that is. Hello. After the house is done. No, I don't have a monthly pension. I have YouTube, and I don't know what YouTube will do after the house is done, but I know that right now it's performing enough to live on. So right now YouTube is paying enough for me to live here. So right now that's good enough. And it's not out of the question that at some point in the future I may have to go back to the US and work some more. I don't know. It's not 100% out of the question because I'm only 41. So, you know, I doubt that YouTube is going to pay for the next 24 years or whatever. Do you know the reason why did Armstrong quit vlogging? Yes, I do. Without saying too much bad about either one of them, the situation with the Armstrongs was that their marriage was kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say a sham, but it was over like a couple of years before anyone knew about it. Like even when they were building that first house, they weren't sleeping in the same room. So that's about all I'll say about that, but the thing about James and Karen was that for some reason they got to a certain point and then just kind of quit. Like even now, I watched I watched one of their videos out of curiosity yesterday or the day before, and the inside of their house is still not finished. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's a money thing. I really don't know. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about them. He's a fellow Missourian, so we kind of got to stick together. A sorry store. No, thank you. Not here. How high is RBM? I don't know what RBM is, I guess. Oh yeah, I've been monetized for years. I mean, I've been on YouTube for like 14 years. The outside of the house, I'm really not sure. It's just going to be whenever I can. It might be 2 months, it might be a year and a half from now, who knows. I'm not so much worried about the outside. We have to live on the inside. I don't care what the neighbors see when they drive by. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing when I designed this house, because I don't know if I ever went over it or not, but I basically sat down and did the blueprint myself, and then I took it to the architect and had him copy it. So when I was doing the layout, I mean, I basically, copied basically what you would see in America, big U-shaped island, or big U-shaped counter, stove, fridge, room for a dining room over there. Well, the YouTube RPM is basically the same as if I was in the US, because my YouTube account is a US YouTube account. I created it in America. So, and 70 or 80% of the viewers are in the US. So it's basically the same as if it was in the US. The property is 2,686 square meters. Could you ask how much would be the Pacquiao for the outside finishing? I can ask. Roland, what are you doing? Where are you at? Look at you. Look how hungover you are. From all the drinking last night, you feel so bad. You need to go lay down and take a nappy nap. I know you're not the one that normally would figure out the details, but give me an average price of the, not per day, but the Pacquiao price for plastering the outside of the house.
No, I cannot estimate that.
Okay, cannot estimate. I knew it. 10,000, 20,000, 60,000. What do you think? How long just tell me, how long would it take? 2 weeks? Not skim coating, just plastering.
For the wall, maybe 2 weeks. For the post is because if you form that.
Yeah. So 2 weeks.
2 weeks for the wall. And
So three weeks altogether.
2 weeks.
And that's with 2 guys or 1 guy doing it?
Maybe 2
Or 3. So 3 weeks, so that's 6, so that's 18 days. 18 times 500 would be 6. Or no, 18. Oh God, that'd be, so if it was per day, it would be 60,000.
per day.
Yeah, if per day. So probably something like, if it's Pacquiao, probably somewhere 50 or 55 or something like that.
So
Something like that.
so big.
It's not that big. Stop saying it's big. Haven't you seen that foreigner's house that's over there by the Cheyenne sign? Yeah, somewhere 50 or 60,000. Yeah, the color turned out pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm not going to change it. Now, I let the children choose their own paint colors We don't have lies painted yet, but there's Ezra's choice. Now that's blue. Saw how many viewers, so you live on about $3 or $4. I don't know what you're talking about. You're calculating it wrong, because on it, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to say or whatever, but on average I get about $13 per day. Nice transformation. Yeah, it's coming along. Yeah, I don't know. My house is 94 square meters, so I don't know. Plus, those guys in Bohol probably get a lot more practice doing that kind of thing than around here. There's not a lot of people around here that are building houses, especially like finished on the outside like this. Don't jump around. My God. I think they should be getting ready at least to pour this pad out here. I'm guessing they'll have to form. Are we going to have to put forms around the edges, I guess?
Yeah, that. Like, in the bush.
Yeah. It's going to be fun putting the ones in the front with all those rebars sticking out. Now, even right there, you're going to have to drill a bunch of holes. All the ones from that post to that post, leave those. And then the rest of them over there you can cut. And we'll just bend those around, angled toward the driveway. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's enough to live on. Here, it wouldn't be other places in the Philippines, but here it is. Your house looks great. Thank you. 60K, including labor and materials. Nah, well, nah, I don't really count the materials much because I already have the materials. Mexicans of Asia. I bought the cement mixer. The cement mixer is mine. I paid $61,000 for the cement mixer. Now, I will keep most of the tools that I've bought, but the cement mixer is getting sold to Badon. Couldn't picture out the design of the driveway with the columns. Well, you'll just have to wait and see. It's going to have a curve, it's not going to be straight. It's going to have like a curve. Well, today I am. Yesterday was a bad day. So you'll see that video tomorrow. But yesterday was definitely not a good day. And I'm not more relieved. In fact, with this being Friday, That means today and tomorrow, and that's it for the laborers. So it's pretty stressful trying to make sure that certain things are done. With those vinyl ceiling panels, darker wood color. Well, the problem with the ceiling panels, I didn't want these to begin with. I wanted a light gray color in the main part and then a really dark gray color on the, accent pieces or whatever. But we went to Depolog and we went to 4 different stores that sold these PVC panels, and there was literally 3 choices. And this was the least obnoxious of all the choices. So it wasn't because this is what I chose, it was because this is what I had to choose from.
Oh my God.
What'd you do? My God, you've ruined the whole thing. Rip out all the tiles and start over. Alona screwed it up. What are you doing with a towel on your head still?
Wet.
My favorite kind of Filipina. I mean, what? Don't stick your tongue out. This is YouTube.
Oh, you like?
Yeah.
My God.
My God.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're sorry to them, but not me. Just abuse me. My God.
No, no.
Now you're gonna act nice because I'm on live.
Where's Jerome?
I have no idea. I haven't seen it. I don't, maybe back there. I don't know. Out of stock. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I mean, whether I am or I am not, it doesn't really matter because it's done. So.
Okay.
That's one thing about building here. If you want to build fast and you want your house done in 6 months instead of a year and a half, you're going to have to make some compromises on the choices that you make. Because if you start being very picky and ordering stuff from Manila or China or wherever it has to come from, you're going to add a lot of time.
You will order cement?
Yes, but I need to know how much cash we've got, because you need to hold back enough cash to pay all the workers Saturday.
Today. Saturday.
Well, yeah, we'll pay them today, but
Just,
what?
I mean, we get cash.
Who?
Your tata.
Yeah, some, but not all that they're owed. So you need to
26 or cash.
okay, well, you need to figure out
That's enough.
how much, well, first, you need to figure out how much we need to hold back to make sure all the workers are paid fully. Once the workers are paid fully, then count how much money is left over and buy that many cement bags.
20.
And maybe, it depends on how much cash we've got left after paying the workers. Oh, she already left, sorry. Yeah, she does a lot, for sure. She's Hardy Flex. Yeah. You can do that, and that's what I was talking about just a flat cement board ceiling. You can do that, but to me, the cove ceiling like this looks a little bit fancier, whether it is or not, whatever. But it kind of looks a little fancier, and it's about the same price. I'm here to tell you, it's really about the same price. I mean, I think I spent maybe 38,000 pesos for enough material to do the whole house. The whole thing was like $600. No, I got out of AMD. I got out of it completely. I pulled all my money out And that's the money that I used to build this house. Durian. No, I've had durian like cakes and stuff before. I don't like it. My God. Cove ceiling with hardy flex. Yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, I don't, you know. The only thing about hardy flex here in the Philippines, and I see it all the time, going in stores and like different places where they've done the hardy flex on the ceiling. Maybe it's because the guys were in a hurry, they didn't mud it right or tape it right or whatever, but it almost always cracks. And I mean, obviously, yeah, you go back and fix it, and it's not a big problem. But like if you were doing a seal, I've done a lot of drywall, and I mean the number of times that a drywall joint has cracked is like almost zero, because you know you use the proper tape, the proper mud, and the proper procedure, and it doesn't let it dry slow instead of putting fans on it and stuff. A badass truck. No, I can't afford a truck. Honestly, I don't really know how to make the money in the Philippines as an expat, other than put your money in a market somewhere. I mean, I don't really see earning potential, at least in the area that I'm at. There's no money here, so maybe in a different area. Is the Philippines very humid? Well, I mean, I don't know, you tell me. Yes, it's pretty humid. Woo! What?
The paint of the.
Is it primed yet?
Yeah.
This front bedroom is primed already? Okay, so this front bedroom is that purpley pink color. It's Kalai's bedroom. Yeah. Yeah. But if you paint this room that pinkish purple color, then just leave your roller in whatever tray you use or whatever, because it'll have to have a second coat. That other bedroom needs a second coat also, but now the roller is already probably fucked up or something. I don't know, but maybe check. Yeah, you got to use the right procedure on pretty much anything, or else you're not going to get a good result. Due to heavy rains, really not much. How many days do you think we've lost since starting this house? Well, you weren't here at the very beginning, but from starting the house until right now, I would say due to rain, we've lost maybe the equivalent of 4 or 5 full days. We really haven't been rained out all that many times. And usually when it rains for like 2 hours and then stops. So maybe 4 or 5, the equivalent of 4 or 5 full days over the course of 5 months or whatever it's been. Why is JR here? No, he's out there peddling his drugs. Hey! Get your drugs out of here! Druggy? They have those little leaf things, and there's some kind of like a nut or a fruit, and they cut it open, and they have this white paste they put on it, and they put tobacco in it and roll it up in a leaf, and they chew on it. How did you pick the island area you were building to be close to family? Well, so when I first came to the Philippines, I was in Bohol, and I had met Alona online, but I did not meet her in person. So I came here to meet her in person to see, how we interacted in person. So I stayed for a week by myself in Bohol because I didn't want to devote my entire time here to one person in one place. So I spent a week in Bohol first. Then I came to Dipolog for 3 weeks and spent 3 weeks with her, going around Dipolog, coming up here and visiting and all that kind of stuff. So then I went back to America and got my house ready to sell, sold my house and everything else, all my tools, and came back to the Philippines November of last year, so almost a year ago. And we stayed in Dipolog for 6 months, and it was just like rent, electric, and there really wasn't a whole lot to do. I didn't really like living there. So her mom offered us this piece of property if we wanted to build a house, and so that's kind of how all that came to be. 2,686 square meters for free is a pretty good incentive. Pancake spots. No. I can't. The only pancake I can even think of that you can find in Sandangan is at Jollibee. So that's not. They don't even have real donuts. You cannot buy a donut in Sandangan. You can't. There's one place that I know of that has what I would consider to be a real donut in Dipolog, but that's 2 hours away. That's the one thing about living here. You're not gonna. The food is not good. I don't like the food. I stayed in Dallas. Then, I went all over Bohol. I had a Airbnb in Dallas, but obviously went down to Panglao, went to Alona Beach, and went to the Blood Compact and Tarsier Sanctuary, went up north to Chocolate Hills. I went to the Sea of Clouds. I pretty much did everything that you could do in Bohol the 5 days that I was there. 7-Eleven has donuts. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I've never been to that 7-Eleven, but the 7-Elevens here do not. They do not. Land in Bohol is 800 square meters. See, even 800 square meters is pretty big. Native from Bohol. Yeah, I mean, Bohol has nicer beaches than here for sure. 100%. But, I mean, other than beaches, I really didn't like Bohol a whole lot. There's foreigners everywhere. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I came to the Philippines to interact with Filipinos, not other Americans. So I do my best to kind of stay away from other foreigners. Overlooking view, yeah. I have an overlooking view too, but you can't see it right now because it's so cloudy. Or foggy, I guess, of the mountain. No, I did not visit Leyte. I talked to someone from Leyte for a very short period, and she was from Mason City, so in southern Leyte. But I never went there. 35,000 square meters in North Bohol. Not many. Yeah, way up there in the northern part is way different than like Dallas or Panglao. It's way different. Once you cross the bridge, it kind of changes. Yeah, yeah, we're still gonna get goats and pigs and put them down there in an electric fence. Half of Bohol, yeah. I don't know, Bohol's pretty big. This thing with donuts. I never was really big on donuts either. I mean, they're okay, but something that you enjoy occasionally when they're available everywhere, then you move to an area where it's impossible to get them. After a few months, you're like, man, I'd really kind of like to have a donut, but not available. Yeah, Mason City. I never went. I looked at it on Google Maps and it looked like it was like kind of a town in the middle of a jungle, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. Are certainly not the same donuts, yeah. Well, from my perspective, not yours, but from my perspective, a donut is a circle with a hole in it and either some like cleared glaze or maybe chocolate glaze with some peanuts sprinkled on top or something like that. But it's just not available here. I know somebody that could build a house. If Leyte is like going back in time 50 years, you should come up here. It's like going back 200 years. There's a lot of people that live way out in the jungle that don't even have electricity. They're just nothing. Okay, I guess I need to get my stuff together and try and hook this water pump up. So I'll give a couple of minutes and then end this. What? You stepped on the thing. How many bags of cement did she decide? 20. Apple donut. Ugh. I'm not a fan of fruit stuff. Like, people get those apple pies from McDonald's or whatever. Even if someone gave me a lifetime supply of McDonald's apple pies, I'd throw them in the damn dumpster. And I don't like apple pie. I don't like cherry pie. I don't like any of that fruit crap. All right, just about another minute, and then I'll end this and go hook that water pump up. Or at least attempt to, and then realize I forgot one stupid piece. I'd have to go all the way back to Sindongan probably, but we'll see. I think I've got everything. Alright guys, that's it. I'll go ahead and end this now and go see if I can hook this pump up. Take it easy.